Magandang araw sa inyong lahat and welcome once again to another pre-recorded video lecture for the subject Concepts in Pediatrics. I welcome you all to today's lecture on moral development theory. In this session, we will explore the concept of moral development, its significance in the nursing profession, and how it impacts our care for pediatric patients. You have to remember that moral development refers to the process by which individuals learn to distinguish between right and wrong and develop ethical principles guiding their behavior. We have to remember that even young as they are, these pediatric patients will also have to undergo certain stages wherein they develop their conscience and their sense of morality, at yan po yung pag-aaralan natin in today's video. Understanding moral development is crucial in nursing, especially when we are working with children, as it will allow us or affect how you understand and respond to moral issues, make decisions, and interact with your patients. You have to remember that knowing the patient's level or stage of morality can help you understand them better, especially when you're providing them care and health instructions or health teachings. Importante po na alam nyo yung kanilang level of moral development so that you know what kind of strategies you will use when you are doing some health education to your patients. Now, understanding moral development can also help us, nurses, to tailor our care approaches to align with the cognitive and emotional stages of our pediatric clients. It will also allow us to communicate with them effectively, address ethical dilemmas appropriately, and foster positive moral growth in children. To put it simply, ang pag-aaralan po natin ngayon is how children develop a sense of morality or spirituality, or how they are able to distinguish right from wrong as they grow older across lifespan. Now, marahil nagtataka kayo kung bakit natin kailangang pag-aralan ang moral development ng mga bata and why it is significant to be learned in the nursing profession. Now, lagi niyong tatandaan that understanding moral development theory is necessary for you, future nurses, because understanding the moral development of your pediatric patient is necessary for effective communication. Ibig sabihin nito, knowing a child's moral development stage, we, nurses, can communicate in ways that are understandable and are relevant to the child's level of moral reasoning and understanding. Ibig sabihin, mas madali po nila tayong maintindihan or maa-accept yung ating mga tinuturo sa kanila if we understand in what level they are in their moral development. Aside from that, knowing the moral development theory will also help us, nurses, in ethical decision-making. Now, sa paanong paraan tayo matutulungan ng moral development in our ethical decision-making? Lagi niyong tatandaan that when we know and understand the moral development theory, we can better navigate ethical challenges by understanding the child's moral perspective and guiding them through the complex situations. So nakakatulong din po talaga ito sa ating decision-making. Aside from that, having a deep understanding about the moral development theory can also help us in building the trust in our patients. By aligning care with the child's developmental stage, we nurses can also build stronger, trusting relationships with pediatric patients and their families. Sounds interesting, no? So please bring out your handouts and ballpens and prepare yourselves for our lesson for today. Let us begin, shall we? Bago natin pag-aralan ang moral development theory, let us get to know first the author or the proponent of this theory. Ito po si Lawrence Kohlberg. Si Lawrence Kohlberg was an American psychologist who is known for his theory of moral development. And he was born in 1927, and he expanded on Jean Piaget's idea about cognitive development. But this time, he focused specifically on how individuals develop moral reasoning over their lifespan. To put it simply, if Jean Piaget's theory focused on understanding how children learn and think, kaya nga siya tinawag na cognitive development theory, dito kay Lawrence Kohlberg naman, on the other hand, he focuses on the way children gain knowledge of what is right or what is wrong. Kaya po siya tinawag na theory of moral development. Now, Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development is crucial in understanding how people make ethical decisions and how moral reasoning evolves. In the nursing profession po, Lawrence Kohlberg's stages of moral development provide a framework for understanding how individuals evolve in their moral reasoning, shaping how we approach education, counseling, and ethical decision-making. Now, lagi niyong tatandaan, inaral din po ni Lawrence Kohlberg yung cognitive development theory ni Jean Piaget. And by understanding how the cognitive theory works, gumawa din po si Lawrence Kohlberg ng kanyang sariling theory. His theory, I will reiterate, focused on the way children gain knowledge of right and wrong, or what we call moral reasoning. Now, yung theory of moral development, this can help us nurses identify how a child may feel about their own illness, how dependable they are in carrying out self-care, or basically understanding how they view the entire world. Kaya nga po importante na matutunan din natin ito because knowing and understanding the moral development theory can also help us nurses to deal with our pediatric patients. Bago natin isa-isahin yung mga stages of moral development, let us first have a quick bird's eye view or a general perspective of what the moral development theory is. So let us look at the theory first in its entire whole, and then we will discuss the different stages of moral development as we move along. Kung titignan natin sa image that I uploaded, Kohlberg's theory is organized into 3 main levels, each with 2 stages. So per level po, meron siyang 2 stages that represent a progression in moral reasoning from self-centered perspective to an understanding based on universal ethical principles. So, ibig sabihin po nito, 3 lang yung ating mga levels ng moral development, pero per level, meron po tayong 2 subcategories. So, makikita nyo na dito po, sa pinakamababa, wala pa masyadong morality yung bata dito. Hindi pa niya alam kung ano ang tama at mali, or the child doesn't have any idea of the rightness or wrongness of a thing or a situation. Pero as the child moves up the ladder in this moral development pyramid, mas nagkakaroon po siya ng idea of what right and what wrong is. Tignan po natin yung pinakababa, yung blue and yung violet. This is the pre-conventional level, and this is the first level of moral development where moral reasoning is based on external consequences and personal interest. Ibig sabihin po nito, yung bata, alam niya na yung isang bagay ay tama or mali kung siya ay nagbe-benefit dito. Because the child's basis for what is right and what is wrong is based on external factors that lead to consequences or personal gains of the child. Napakababaw lang po ng kanilang tingin or understanding of what right or what is wrong is in the pre-conventional period. Now, individuals at this level of pre-conventional stage makes decisions that are based on avoiding punishment and seeking personal rewards rather than internalized moral principles. Okay? So this means that the morality of an individual or their understanding of what is right or what is wrong is heavily dictated by their fear of punishment and the need for obedience. Apart from that, their moral decisions are driven by personal gains and benefit to oneself. Ibig sabihin, gumagawa lang sila ng tama or ng maganda because they know that they will not be punished or they will gain something out of it. Yan po yung tinatawag natin na stage of pre-conventional moral development. Now, on the second stage naman po, yung color green and yellow, this is what we call the conventional level. And this is the second level of moral development, where moral reasoning is based on conforming to societal norms and expectations. So dito po yung bata, hindi na po siya nagde-depend sa external factors kung ano yung gagawin niyang tama or mali. Dito naman po, the child will already start to conform to societal norms. Ibig sabihin po, susundin na niya po yung mga existing na law, order, guidelines, and policies because the child will already recognize the presence of law and order in our society. Okay? So individuals at this level, they seek to maintain social order, gain approval of other people, and adhere to laws and rules of their society. In this moral development stage, morality is focused on seeking approval and maintaining good relationship with others in our community. Aside from that, moral decisions are also guided by the need to uphold social order and follow laws to ensure societal stability. So yun po yung tinatawag natin na conventional period. Dito naman po sa post-conventional level, yung atin pong orange and pink, mataas na po na level of morality or moral development ito. In the post-conventional level, this is the third and final level of moral development where moral reasoning is already based on abstract ethical principles and universal values. Ibig sabihin po dito, the individual already has moral maturity wherein they can already determine what is right or what is wrong. They will already do something good even if that person is being watched or being observed or not. Now, individuals at this level, they make decisions that are based on their own moral convictions. So they stand by their own moral philosophies and consideration of justice, human rights, and the greater good, even if it means challenging societal norms or laws. Now, in this stage of moral development, dito po sa post-conventional stage natin, morality is guided by understanding that rules and laws are based on social contracts that should serve the greater good and be evaluated for their fairness. So, ibig sabihin dito, hindi lang tayo tumitingin sa kung ano ang ginagawang maganda sa komunidad. Yung mga batas ba ay is it fair to all people? In this high level of moral development, dito po, yung mga tao, if the laws are not already equitable and fair, they will not conform to what the society is saying that is true or correct. Okay? In this level as well, moral decisions are made based on abstract principles of justice, human rights, transcending specific laws, or even social conventions. So alam ko na medyo na-toxic kayo or medyo wordy ang pagkaka-explain ko po dito, but we will try our best to clarify all the doubts that you have in your mind as we move along in the 6 phases of moral development. Una nating tignan ang moral development ng mga individuals or pediatric patients who are aged 0 to 2 years old. Now, kung tatanungin nyo ako, Sir, meron na ba silang sense of morality or spirituality itong mga batang 0 to 2 years old? The answer is no. Okay? Because they are still under the pre-religious period, and at this stage, moral reasoning is not yet developed. Okay? So infants are more focused on their sensory experience and motor activity during the age 0 to 2 years old. And they are not yet aware of moral concepts and rules. Hindi pa nila alam ang konsepto ng right or wrong. Since these infants are still relying on sensory motor stimuli to understand the world around them, they also rely on these stimuli to understand what is right and wrong based on the cues that they pick up from their primary caregiver. Anong ibig sabihin nito? You have to remember that during the pre-religious period, the child is under the sensory motor neonatal reflex. Ibig sabihin, the child understands the world using their senses and using their motor activity. Dahil nga po sa wala pa silang idea of what is right and what is wrong, these infants rely on the presence of stimuli for them to understand what is right or what is wrong, for them to create or have an idea of what is right or what is wrong. The main motivating force in this stage, pre-religious period, is the parent. Okay? So children learn that an act is good if they are given approval by their parents and bad if they are scolded. So yung bata, hindi niya alam na mali ang magtapon ng gatas. Okay? But if the child throws the milk and then the mother said, bad boy. Okay? And then the child is spanked or slapped by the parent because of the presence of stimuli, the child will understand, oh, so throwing milk, wasting milk is not good. So they rely on the stimuli given by other people for them to understand what is right or what is wrong. If the child was able to finish the food prepared for them by the parents, and then the parents said, wow, very good, I'm so proud of you, baby. If the parents said that, then the child will understand, oh, I am given approval by my parents. Maybe eating and finishing my meals is a good thing. Okay, it is something right that I must do. Now, what is the nursing implication in this pre-religious period? We have to always provide a nurturing environment with responsive care to establish trust and security. While moral reasoning during this period of infancy is not yet present, there should always be consistent care and positive interaction so that we can lay the groundwork for future development. Kailangan po na kahit wala silang moral reasoning pa rin dito, bigyan na po natin sila ng consistent na care and attention so that we can develop a sense of trust. Because having a sense of trust, developing a sense of trust during infancy will lay the foundation of other levels of morality. Parang ito yung magiging foundation niya. Okay? So, aside from that, you always have to remember that infants, they try hard to please. And their wrongdoings are just due to immature development. Kaya pag may mga maling ginagawa po yung infant, always remember that they are not doing that on purpose. Kung yung bata nagsasayang siya or nagtatapon siya ng gatas, do not say that the child is being wasteful because the child is not doing that deliberately. Ibig sabihin, the child is not yet mature enough to know what they are doing. So as carers of these infants, we have to extend our patience to them because during that period, hindi pa nila alam kung ano ang tama at mali. Kaya when you are going to be faced with clients who are infants at sila ay iyak ng iyak sa gitna ng gabi, they are crying from sundown until sunrise, always remember that they are not doing that to irritate you or so that you will lose sleep. They are not doing that deliberately. Ibig sabihin lang, they are doing those kinds of things because of immature development. They are not yet aware of what is right or what is wrong, so you have to be patient regarding caring for these infants. When the child reaches 2 to 4 years old, they now enter the pre-conventional stage of moral development. Okay? So children in this stage will already start to understand what is right and what is wrong based on avoiding punishment. And these kids, they follow rules to avoid negative consequences. Kanina, nanunood ako sa TikTok. I was watching TikTok and I was looking at this kid, the video of a kid holding the expensive bag of the mother. And then when the mother was saying, please put down my bag to this toddler, the toddler was not listening to the mom. But when the mother started shouting, put down my bag, the kid immediately put down the bag and ran away. Now, isa ito, that is one great example of what we call the punishment obedience orientation. These toddlers, they begin to formulate a sense of right and wrong, but their reason is centered on mother, father says so. Ibig sabihin, maiisip nila na yung isang bagay ay tama or maganda kapag ito ay sinabi ng nanay or ng tatay. So if the mother said, please stop crying, the child will follow the order of the mother and they will stop crying not because they know that crying can be disruptive to the people in the church, pero they will stop crying because mother says so, and because mother says so, that thing is right or correct. Yan po yung basis ng mga bata. Okay? So at this stage, individuals or toddlers make moral decisions that are based on direct consequences of their actions. focusing on avoiding punishment. So yung mga bata dito, pag sinabihan mo, sige, papaluin kita pag ginawa mo yan. Don't hit your mother or you don't hit your brother. Papaluin kita pag ginawa mo yan. If you hit your brother, I will also spank you at the butt. Okay? So ang gagawin ng bata is hindi niya papaluin or hindi niya sasaktan yung kanyang kapatid, not because that kid understands that hurting his or her brother is bad, but because mother or father says so. So during this period, these toddlers obey rules to avoid negative outcomes. Okay? So what is the nursing implication for this pre-conventional stage under the punishment obedience orientation? You have to remember that it is difficult for a child to follow instructions from others. Bakit po? Because they only rely on their parents to do what is good or what is right. Okay? So kunwari you are taking care of a toddler and you were saying, sige na, inumin mo na tong gamot mo, drink your medicine para gumaling ka na. Do you think that kid will follow your orders? Hindi po. Because sino ka ba? Diba? Nanay ka ba niya? They only listen to their parents. They only have an idea of what is right or what is good based on what mother or father says so. So what do? Always remember that you have to let the parents of that child instruct a certain toddler so as for them to follow the caregiver. So kung ako yung nurse in this situation, I am trying to give medicine to this kid and ayaw ng bata, the child doesn't want to drink the medicine, I know, using the moral development theory, I know and understand that the kid will not believe me when I say drinking the medicine is good for him or her. So what will I do? I will ask the mother to help me. Sasabihin ko, mother, please come here, pakibigay ito sa anak nyo, and then sabihin nyo pong inumin po niya. So if the mother says, drink this baby, this is for your own good, the kid will drink that. Why? Because the kid is under punishment obedience orientation. Inumin mo to or kukurutin kita. Kung sinabi ng nanay yon, the child will drink that medicine because the child is under punishment obedience orientation. They know that something is good or correct or right if mother, father says so. And if they do not do that, what the mother or father said so, they will have punishment. Yan po yung sinasabi natin sa punishment obedience orientation. As the child grows older, syempre papasok na po sila sa 4 to 6 years old and they enter early childhood, magle-level up din po yung kanilang moral development stage. Okay? So we are still under the pre-conventional stage, pero ngayon, hindi na po punishment obedience orientation ang kanilang papaganahin na sense of morality, but it is now called the stage of self-interest. Okay? So in this stage, the child, they begin to recognize that actions can lead to reward and will act based on self-interest or personal gain. Dito po, natututunan ng bata na kapag sila ay gumawa ng tama, they will get some reward. Okay? So children, they tend to be good out of their own interest rather than out of the true intent to do good. Okay? And that is their spiritual motivation. Gagawa ako ng tama para ako ay may reward. Okay? So in this phase or in this level, moral reasoning is based on self-interest and personal gains, and these children, they recognize that others have their own needs and may act to benefit themselves to receive a reward. Okay? So dito sa part na to, in this pre-conventional stage, the stage of self-interest, malaki po yung sense of egocentrism ng mga early childhood people. Okay? So a child may do things for others for personal gains. Example, the child can say, eto you play with my toy, I will share with you my toy, but give me your snacks later, okay? So may trade-off action po doon. Okay? Or, mommy, I will take care of the baby brother that I have, but can you buy me toy later? So, pwede nilang sabihin yon. They are acting out of their own interest. They do good because they want something in return. Okay? So, nursing implication. Ano ang ibig sabihin po nito? Children may sometimes imitate what they see. So don't let these children see bad things as much as possible kasi gagayahin po nila yan. Especially tayong mga adults, we tend to sometimes trade off our goodness for some reward. Kunwari, meron kayong mga lakad, tapos nagpapasama ka sa friend mo. Friend, samahan mo naman ako magpa-xerox sa labas. Yoko, friend. Tinatamad ako, friend. Sige na, friend, sama ka na, libre kita. Oy, nagpaspasan ama, pinaspasan na tinapanin. That friend is under the stage of self-interest. They do something good because they know that they can benefit out of it. Now, dito po, when we are taking care of preschoolers who are under the stage of self-interest, we have to make sure to use simple, clear explanations about rules and consequences and reinforce positive behavior with immediate praise and explain the reasons behind rules in terms that they can understand. Okay? For example, sabihin mo sa bata, baby, inom ka ng gamot. Drink your medicine. Sabi ng preschooler, ayoko, I don't want to do that. It's bitter. And then you say, if you drink your medicine, I will give you lollipop later on. So tignan nyo yung mga ibang doctors sa pediatric ward. They sometimes have candies or lollipops so that they can trade these lollipops and candies for the participation of the child. Yan po yung nangyayari sa ating stage of self-interest. The child will do good because they believe that they can benefit out of that good action that they will perform. If the child reaches middle childhood or kapag siya ay 8 to 12 years old na, they enter what we call the conventional stage. Okay? So dito po, papasok na yung tinatawag natin na nice girl, nice boy stage. Ibig sabihin, children engage in actions that are nice or fair rather than right to gain the approval of others, specifically their friends. Example, pakopyahan mo naman ako ng assignment mo. May I copy your assignment? The child will not share, the child will share that assignment not because sharing is caring, but because they believe that they want to gain the approval of their friends kasi natatakot sila na kapag hindi mo pinakopya yung classmate mo, baka hindi ka na nila friend, di ba? So, ibig sabihin nito, we engage in actions that are nice, that are right, to gain the approval of our friends. Okay? So in this stage of the nice boy, nice girl orientation, children seek the approval from others and follow rules to gain the acceptance and avoid disapproval. Okay? So dito po, they also start to consider how their actions can affect their relationships and social interactions. At this stage as well, the individuals will seek to gain approval and maintain good relationship. Pag sinabi ng teacher mo na, oy, walang mag-iingay lalabas ako, at yung mga maingay, isusulat na noisy. Okay? So what happens? Ikaw, hindi ka magsisisigaw, you will not create noise, you will not gallivant inside the room, not because you believe in order, not because you believe in being disciplined, but because you do not want your name to be written in the noisy list and you don't want to be called not nice. Natatakot ka because you are protecting your self-image, because if your self-image is tainted, you will not gain the approval of other people or you may lose friends and the respect of people around you. Yan po yung nangyayari sa ating nice boy or nice girl stage under the conventional development stage. Okay? So aside from that, pumapasok din po tayo sa tinatawag natin na authority and social order. Now, these kids, they learn that law is enforced by walking guards or police, and they learn that there are fixed rules. Di ba nga kapag yung mga bata po na mga grade schooler, kapag sila ay nakakakita ng mga pulis, nagiging behave po sila? Why? Because they now understand that in our society, there are certain rules to be followed and that these rules and laws are being enforced by police officers. Kaya nga yung bata, pag sinabihan mo, uy, huwag kang magnakaw, huhulihin ka ng pulis. Yung bata, ayaw niyang magnakaw. Hindi yan magnanakaw kasi natatakot po yan because they now understand during their middle childhood that there are laws in our society and they are enforced by these authority figures. Okay? Kung pansinin nyo din, noong kayo ay mga grade schooler at wala yung teacher nyo, laro kayo ng laro sa classrooms nyo, naghahabulan, you're very noisy, you're very unruly. Pero pag dumaan yung principal sa labas ng classroom, lahat kayo automatic na tumitigil. Why? Because you also believe that that principal is also an authority figure and that they also enforce the rules and laws in our classroom. Okay? So yan yung tinatawag po natin na authority and social order. Okay? So dito po sa authority and social order, this school agers, they already understand the importance of maintaining social order and they adhere to rules for the benefit of the society. They already start to appreciate the role of rules in maintaining harmony and order in our society. Lagi niyong tatandaan that at this stage of moral development, moral reasoning is focuses on maintaining social order and following laws for the greater good. And these kids, these individuals already understand the importance of rules and authority in maintaining societal structure. So dito po, yung mga bata sa grade school, di ba natuturuan sila, form your line, pass your paper, alphabetically arrange yourselves according to height. So nafa-follow na po natin dito sa grade school, na de-develop na po natin dito that there are laws, that there are rules in our society. So what does this imply? You have to remember na yung mga school agers natin, they are under what we call the nice boy, nice girl stage. And dahil nga po sa importante sa kanila yung kanilang self-image, okay? They tend to lie because they don't want to be involved in situations that are not nice or not fair. So kunwari no, nasa classroom kayo. And then, sinabi ng teacher nyo, kayo yung sweeper today, maglinis kayo sa classroom. Pero umuwi ka ng maaga. So sinulat nila doon sa blackboard, escaped. You did not clean the classroom. Kinaumagahan, tinanong ka ng teacher mo, did you escape? You said to the teacher, no teacher, I was cleaning outside, hindi lang ako nakita ng mga classmates ko. Bakit? Because you are protecting your reputation. You don't want to be involved in situations wherein you can be called not nice or not fair. Aside from that, these kids may also not be able to provide self-care. If no one is watching, hindi na po aalagaan ng bata yung sarili nila. Why? Because there is no already authority figure that they fear or they follow. So pag sinabi ng teacher nyo, maligo kayo every day bago pumasok sa school, before coming to school, you have to take a bath para kayo hindi mabaho. So yung bata po, maliligo po yan. Why? Not because they want to take care of themselves, but because they believe that laws of taking a bath before going to school is being enforced by the teacher. Pero kapag Sabado at Linggo, during Saturdays and Sundays, that same kid, will not take a bath anymore. Why? Because there is no more authority figure, there is no more teacher who will check if they took a bath or not. So, they may not be able to provide their self-care, especially if no authority figure is there to observe them. They only follow rules which are clearly enforced. And if someone is watching, that's the only time that they will do something good because, again, they want to be called nice or good rather than being right. So that is your conventional stage for your middle adults, 8 to 12 years old. As you enter the adolescent period, or if the child is already under 12 years old to 18 years of age, they now enter what we call the post-conventional stage. Okay? So dito po, these adolescents, they believe in mutual benefit of what we call reciprocity. Ibig sabihin, adolescents already begin to understand that rules and laws are based on social contracts and should be followed for a greater good. Ano ba kasi yung sinasabi natin na social contract? Ito yung tinatawag natin na reciprocity. This is actually said in the Bible. Do unto others what you want others to do unto you. Gawin mo sa iba kung ano yung mga gusto mong bagay na gawin din nila sa'yo. At huwag mong gagawin sa iba yung mga bagay na ayaw mong gawin nila sa'yo. That is what we call the stage of social contract or what we call reciprocity. Okay? So these adolescents, they start to consider the principle behind laws and the concepts of justice. Okay? And individuals at this stage, they start to understand that rules and laws are meant to benefit the society, especially itong gawin mong maganda para gawan ka din ng maganda. So yan yung tinatawag natin na stage of social contract. Now, according to Lawrence Kohlberg, this is the mature form of moral reasoning. And adolescents are already capable during this stage of abstract thought. Di ba nga po, according to the cognitive development theory by Jean Piaget, tumaas na yung level of understanding and knowledge ng bata, tumalino na po yung bata cognitively, and that during this adolescent period, they are already able to understand abstract concept. Dito po, yung mga adolescents natin, pati yung morality nila, nag-level up na rin po. Why? Because they already understand abstract concept, kaya po naiintindihan na nila po yung value of abstract concepts like human rights, justice, respect, okay? And they already begin now to act right or correct even if no one is around. Kasi nga po naiintindihan na nila ang abstract concepts na mga yon. So yung mga bata pong adolescents, if you are playing a game, okay? And kunwari nagsusports kayo, nagbabadminton kayo, tapos nakita nung bata na outside yung bola, pero sinabi ng line judge na in, the adolescent will say, hindi po, outside po yun. Even if they know that they will benefit from that bad thing, they will still try to stand by their principles kasi alam na nila ang value ng honesty. I hope that is clear. Okay? So, yung mga bata po, yung mga adolescents, they already have an idea of what is right or what is wrong. So pag tinanong mo yung adolescent, uy, bakit ka naging honest sa pagsabi na out yung bola? The child will say, because I know that if the same thing happened to my opponent, they will also be honest. Okay? Yan yung tinatawag natin na stage of social contract. Reciprocity. You scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Okay? So yan po ang ibig sabihin ng ating post-conventional stage, the stage of social contracts. Since the adolescents are already capable of understanding abstract concepts, they may develop their own moral principles such that are based on ethical concepts like justice, equality, and human rights, yung mga bagay na dinidiscuss ko kanina. And they may also intend to do good for the benefit of many. Okay? So very proud ako sa mga Gen Z na katulad nyo. I'm very proud of Gen Zs like you because you are sticking to your abstract thoughts and that you are also doing something good for the society, even if no one is watching. Okay? So, yung mga Gen Z, they tend to care for the world. But they are not yet that aggressive in upholding their beliefs. Okay? So gumagawa ka ng tama kahit na wala nang nakakakita sa'yo. Because you understand the abstract concepts of justice, taking care of the world. Alam nyo na po yun as adolescents. You already get to understand that. So how do adolescents like you try to change the world? Okay? You try to change the world through your own individual actions. Gumagawa ka ng something good, even if no one is watching, to change the world and make it a better place. Like for example, may mga classmates kayong nagpe-prefer na gumamit ng plastic straw or ayaw gumamit ng one-time use plastic or single-use plastic. Okay? Or they reuse bottles or gumagamit na lang sila ng tumblers instead of using plastic bottles. Or sometimes, They become vegan or vegetarian because they want to make the world a better place. Bakit nila naiisip yon? Bakit sila may konsyensya to make something good in this world? It is because they already understand abstract concepts or abstract thoughts. Okay? So what's the nursing implication of this post-conventional stage? You have to remember that in this stage, adolescents can already carry out self-care even without being told, and they can also do something good even without being told, because they not only understand the importance of the measures of doing good, but also the principles that certain things should be done just because they are right. Okay? At aside from that, you have to support adolescents din in exploring and articulating their values and ethical beliefs. Okay? Kasi during the adolescent period, nagkakaroon na po sila ng kanilang mga sariling sense of values, things that are important to them that are of moral value. Okay? So you have to engage these adolescents in discussions about social contract, about concepts like justice, universal principle. Ano naman yung mga nasasabi mo kay Alice Go na nagsisinungaling at nagnanakaw at nagsusuporta sa Pogo? Gawin niyo po yung mga usapan. Social and moral issues should be a part of your dialogue or discussion with adolescent individuals. Bakit po? Because if you let them think about the rightness and wrongness of this moral dilemma, mas pong nasistrengthen nyo, nasusolidify ninyo po yung kanilang sense of conscience and morality. That's the reason why we have to encourage critical thinking about ethical dilemma and respect their developing autonomy kapag sila po ay nagkakaroon ng mga values that are not part of your family. Okay? So kung yung anak mo ay medyo aggressive, siya ay advocate po sa human rights at gusto niyang sumali sa mga rallies, huwag mo siyang pagalitan dahil lang sa lahat kayo ay subservient or docile in the family. Bakit ka nakikipag-rally, anak? Hindi ka naman namin pinalaking ganyan. None in our family are going out on the streets to rally. Anak, I don't understand why you have to go out in the streets to join the rallies. Huwag niyo po silang pagalitan. Support these adolescents because that is how we can also improve or help them develop their sense of morality. When an individual reaches an age that is more than 18 years old, they will still be under the post-conventional stage. Pero this time, they will operate under the stage of universal principles. Dito po, morality is based on principles that transcend mutual benefit. Kung kanina po during your adolescent period, we believe in reciprocity. You scratch my back, I'll scratch you. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, or I'll do something good, you do something good for me in return, or gawin mo sa iba kung ano yung mga gustong gawin nila sa iyo. Yung ating stage of morality po, during the stage of universal principle, transcends above mutual benefit. Ibig sabihin, these individuals tend to do something good to others even if they don't get something in return. Okay? And individuals sometimes make decisions based on these principles, even if it means challenging established laws and norms. So tignan nyo po yung mga rally na meron tayo ngayon. The older individuals who operate under the stage of universal principles, sila po yung nakikipag-rally. Nakikipag-rally po sila not for themselves, but for other people. As you can see here, there are people, sahod itaas, presyo ibaba. They are clamoring for a change in the government system, not because they want to benefit from it, but because they care so much for other people that they are willing to go out in the streets, to go for rally, not for their benefit, but for the benefit of other people. Now, simply put, when an individual is under the universal principle, adults often reach this stage. Karamihan po adults yung nakaka-reach lang nito, where moral reasoning is guided by universal ethical principles. They make decisions that are based on their own moral convictions and principles of justice, regardless of societal norms or laws. Okay? So these individuals are now more steadfast in upholding their beliefs and moral compass. And some of these individuals will be able to do good for others, even if they do not receive any benefit from that good deed that they are doing for other people. They can do good even without recognition and appreciation. Okay? So, kahit na po walang nakakakita sa mga ginagawa nilang tama or magaganda, they still continue to do good out of the goodness of their heart, not because of recognition and appreciation. So what is our nursing implication when we are taking care of adult patients who are under the stage of universal principle? We have to foster open discussion about ethical issues and support these adults in making principled decisions. So, suportahan po natin sila and sabihin natin sa kanila, what you are doing is really inspiring. Okay? Para po naman, mas gawin nila po yung tama. Okay? So, you have to also recognize and respect their personal values and beliefs while providing care that aligns with their ethical principles and human rights. Maalala ko lang I had a mentor before in the name of Dr. Caster Palaganas, who is also the mentor of my good friend Dr. Fatima Carsola. So she was the president of the Philippine Nurses Association. She is also a scientist too in UP Baguio, and she is also the editor-in-chief in the Philippine Journal of Nursing. So she is a woman with so much accolade. She has so many achievements already up her sleeve, at ang taas-taas na po ng sweldo niya. She has a very high salary. But she was the nursing leader who started the rally in increasing the salaries of nurses from salary grade 12 na 29,000 to salary grade 15 na almost 36,000. And Dr. Caster did not have to do that because she was already very comfortable in her position in UP, in PNA, in the Philippine Journal of Nursing. She already had a gainful salary. Mataas na po yung sweldo niya. But because she is under the stage of universal principle, ano ang nangyari? She rallied other nurses, not because she wants a high salary. Kasi ang taas na ng sweldo niya. She does not do something good so that she can benefit from it, but because she cares so much of other nurses that she is willing to put herself on the line. She is willing to put her safety on the line just so nurses can have just and commensurate salaries. So yan po yung tinatawag natin na stage of universal principle, and sadly, not all individuals will be able to reach this stage of universal principle. Most of us will just be stuck on the reciprocity or the stage of social contract, wherein hindi na tayo gagawa ng tama kapag alam nating hindi tayo gagawa ng tama nung taong kinakasalamuha natin. So, that is your post-conventional stage, the last stage in Lawrence Kohlberg's moral development theory. And that concludes our pre-recorded video lecture for the subject Concepts in Pediatrics, specifically on the subject Moral Development Theory. Nawa ay marami kayong natutunan sa akin at nawa ay naintindihan nyo ang ating lesson. We will be having a quiz after this discussion, so please review your notes or review this video para po marami kayong makuha sa ating exam. With that being said, maraming salamat and enjoy the rest of the day.